The COVID lockdown that gripped most of the world in 2020 created numerous challenges for leaders to overcome, but it was also a source of insight and even epiphany for many of us. The personal and professional gravity of the situation led many to reflect on some pretty big questions. How truly happy was I with life before COVID? What assumptions did I make that no longer hold true? What aspects of my life will I change when we're through this? Now, at the halfway mark of 2021, we are in a kind of interim phase. On the one hand, we are still dealing with COVID in our communities. On the other hand, many of us have started returning to something that looks a little closer to our previous lives. The risk, of course, is that the insights and epiphanies and newfound clarity we gained early on in COVID could quickly fall by the wayside. Assuming that we have developed a clearer sense of what really matters to us, the question becomes, how do we maintain a focus on what is most important as our world eventually returns to some kind of normal? One important answer is to leverage the power of reflection. Now, if taking time out of your busy life to stop and reflect feels like a luxury, then you probably need it more than most. Done well, reflection is a force multiplier. It enables self-awareness and self-regulation. It supports learning and insight. It's a precursor to creativity and innovation, and it encourages a heightened sense of purpose and meaning. But perhaps most importantly, it really helps us to implement and embed the changes that we seek to make. Assuming you have clarity on your goals and priorities and your values, the following 5 clusters of questions will help you follow through. I recommend scheduling just 15 minutes for reflection on these questions every week. But in truth, you could even do this just once a month and it would likely have a profound impact on your life. So, number 1, how purposeful have I felt in this past week? Why? Why do I say that? And what is the one thing I could do to be even more purposeful next week? Number 2, what have I prioritized in the past week? Why? And what is the one thing I could do to align even more closely with my priorities and values next week? Number 3, what did I achieve in the past week and why? And what is the one thing I must achieve in the next week? Number 4, who was most important in the past week and why? Who must be most important next week? And finally, number 5, what did I learn this week? And how could I share or integrate that learning into my behavior and my practice and personal systems next week? You can also conduct this regular reflection ritual with your team, which I'd also recommend, or even your family. Simply substitute the singular I for the plural we. I hope this video will help you to leverage the power of reflection for a more purposeful, meaningful, and happy life at work and at home.